Hello again. Ketogenesis back, wanting to give you an update on how things have been for me and ketogenesis. This is the beginning of week 3, and I wanted to share the kind of numbers that I've experienced so far from week 1 to 3, and also what type of changes I've noticed in my body and my appetite and my way of looking at food, which has changed so drastically. At the very beginning, I weighed in at the astronomical weight of 285 pounds. It pains me to publicly admit this out loud, but with all of the things that I've been through, this is just where I am. And I believe that the best way to heal from those things that we've experienced is that we just have to own it. Right now, I am morbidly obese, but I have made a conscious decision to take the bull by the horns and fix this going forward. From day one that started 5/15/16 at 285 pounds at the end of week 1. I am proud to say that I released 9.2 pounds, which is tremendous. Week 1 was a very interesting experience, just kind of getting an idea of what kind of foods to eat, what kind of foods not to eat. Actually, more focused on what I could eat than what I could not eat. I found a lot of really great websites with resources that gave recipes and success stories and tools. So I made sure that when I started that I packed my pantry with those things that would set me up for success. I also watched a couple of grocery hauls from some famous ketoers, Keto Karma and such. And they gave some suggestions on some staples, things that I should have in my pantry at all times that would allow me to create a lot of different dishes. What I was not prepared for was the fact that so far, inside of the encouraged items to eat on ketogenesis, I've been able to have absolutely everything that I want. I have not felt deprived, not a single moment, and I'm moving into week 3. So far, I've tried recipes like twice baked cauliflower from Keto Karma. I made ruled me's, pizza dishes. I had fathead pizza. I have made chicken nuggets, on top of just regular stuff. Last night for dinner, I had a wonderful salmon with basil butter from Costco's. It's delicious. Top that with some greens on the side. I drink majority of the time water. I really don't have a craving for anything else right now. It's actually been going on for a little while. I've started munching on ice. I am anemic, and so I'm an ice muncher, which has kind of been a good thing and a bad thing. What it's shown me that truly my thirst is only truly satisfied by water, and occasionally, I think maybe 2 times since I've been on this lifestyle plan, I've had some tea, and I sweeten it with stevia. Stevia in the raw or the liquid stevia. I actually have it right here. It's the sweet drops. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'm still learning how to do the camera angles, but I have been having a wonderful time. My energy is high. I had a lot of dread waiting for the keto flu to hit me, and so far, I haven't seen any signs of it. However, I did think I did a pretty good job of trying to educate myself on what kind of things would ward away the keto flu, making sure that I had magnesium. So I've actually taken some baths with some Epsom salts. I've made sure that I've increased my salt intake. I also start each morning with the apple cider drink, just apple cider. I actually put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt and a little bit of water. And I drink that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach to kind of alkalize my body before I start ingesting anything else. I've been starting my days off pretty traditionally, vast majority of the time having a couple of boiled eggs, Sometimes having bacon on the side, sometimes not. Bacon was a really strong snack that I had always on hand and always with me during my first week. But as I moved into the second week towards the end, what I noticed, and I kid you not, this is the first time that this has ever happened in my life. I When I eat, I am completely satisfied. I am no longer having those cravings for those cookies and chips and all of those other things that had been regular staples, like they were a part of the food group in my diet prior. I have come to the terms with I had been a carb addict, which sounds really, really drastic and serious to say. People are used to people being alcoholics, and people are used to being, addicted to drugs and sex and other things like that. But it's harder for people who have a problem with food to justify the fact that we do have these issues. And instead of me grabbing a pipe or a drink or something else like other people would do when they're dealing with their things, those things I've never done drugs a day in my life. What I had used as a coping mechanism for myself is food. I get a bag of chips, or I get some Reese's peanut butter cups or something like that to kind of anesthetize myself or self-medicate when I was going through a difficult time. And I am so excited and elated for the first time in my life. I am truly satisfied with the things that I'm having. I've sampled with a couple of different recipes besides the things that I named. I actually made my first mug cake. It took me all of 2 minutes to mix everything. I had everything at home because my pantry is stocked. That's another thing I think that is helping me become successful is I make sure that I always have things on hand that will allow me to succeed. Um, Practically every recipe that I look at, when I look at the ingredients, I already have those things at home. I'm already starting to develop those staples and things that I always want to have. Things like cucumbers that I eat with lemon, cauliflower that I can make any kind of ways, almond flour, coconut flour, Kerrygold butter, whipping cream, sour cream. I actually also was watching someone else's blog, and she uses the Mission tortillas, and I think they're 10 carbs, 7 grams of fiber, which yields 3 net carbs, and only 50 calories. So this morning for breakfast, I didn't feel like having eggs. I had a keto taco with my lower carb tortilla shell and some ground beef and some tomato and lettuce, and if I had some avocado I would have threw that on there, and some fresh made salsa, which was a very, very low carb breakfast. But here it is, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, and I'm absolutely satisfied. As way of snack, as far as today, the only thing that I've done, and for the last 2 days, is I made what I call my keto iced coffee, which starts with some unsweetened coconut milk with some uh, the instant coffee, a little bit of Walden Farms caramel syrup, a couple of tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and some ice. I throw that in the Vitamix, blend it up, and it makes me a drink, and I can sip that drink for hours. And I don't know if that directly affects my appetite, if it's the food that I'm eating. I only know that my body is no longer starving for something, that my body at this time is completely satisfied with what I'm doing. And so at the end of week 2, I was down 13.2 pounds total, which is almost a pound a day. Initially, when I started, I was dropping about a pound every single day. What I've noticed is for the last couple of days, my weight has not been dropping. It's kind of staying the same and maintaining. Caused me a little bit of concern initially, but then when I thought, you know what, you've released almost 14 pounds in 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy. Even if they say that the vast majority of is water, I don't care, whatever it is. I no longer need it on my body. So I'm seeing positive changes in my attitude towards food, in my weight. Actually, even my clothes seem to fit a little differently. What'll be interesting is this week I'll be traveling for work. I'll be on a plane all day Wednesday. I'll be in class Thursday and Friday, and then I'll be flying back all day on Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see when I'm out and away from the house what it's going to look like as far as my food is concerned. One day last week, my friend took me out to dinner, and we went to Black Bear Diner, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but he wanted to go out. He wanted to buy a steak. We were trying to look for something that's economical because I don't like him spending a lot of money on me. But I got a steak and I got some steamed vegetables, and actually half of the steak is still in the refrigerator, which is unheard of for me. I am like a serious carnivore. I want to eat meat. I could do without a lot of the other stuff. And what I'm learning is that it's not really necessary for me to have the baked potato and all those other things. One thing that I am concerned about is making sure that I increase my fiber intake. So I'm trying to make sure that every meal that I have at least some greens to go along with it to make sure that I don't end up with any kind of digestive issues. But so far, everything has been great. At the end of week 1, I purchased some keto sticks. And there's a lot of kind of different opinions on whether that's a way to measure ketosis or not. I opted to use it, and every single time that I've tested, which has probably been 4 times since I purchased them, on the keto stick, I measure in the moderate range, which to me makes me feel like I am in ketosis and my body is starting to make the change around. Am I fat adapted? Studies say can it take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks? I don't know. However, I know that I'm in this journey for the long haul, that keto is absolutely something that is working for me. It is absolutely something that has sustainability, which is what a lot of the things that I've tried in the past haven't had. So I'm super, super excited, super encouraged, super looking forward to whatever is to come and to releasing this weight that I have on me. I kid you not, y'all. I mean, just to be completely transparent, I have felt like a prisoner in my own body for a very, very long time now. And I feel like I have gifts and talents that are meant to be shared. And it is not fair for me or for my audience. I'm a sexual assault and domestic violence counselor, and I speak to crowds occasionally. And I think it is unfair for me to hold back or feel uncomfortable and not truly give into what I have to say in my gifts because I feel uncomfortable by the way that I look. So this is also my efforts to give to my craft. For me, it's not just about vanity. It is partially about vanity because I want to look good in and outside of my clothes. But it's also important that I feel comfortable in my own skin. And when I walk in a room, the last thing that I want to worry about or think about is that somebody is judging me based on the way that I look. Whether they are or not remains to be seen. More than likely they are. But the truth is that if I feel comfortable in my own skin, I could give a hoot what other people feel about the way that I look. So this is my journey to be comfortable with me. I appreciate you watching this video. I greatly look forward to including updates and weigh-ins in the future. I'm actually going to start doing live weigh-ins, and so that'll be interesting because I'm really new with this camera and all that good stuff. But I just want to thank you for your support. I thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to share them. I only encourage positive comments. If you have something negative to say, I prefer that you not waste your time and leave them here. I am just honestly on this journey to share. Whoever can use or benefit from what I have, or people who want to come alongside with me, you're welcome here. But that negativity that I see a lot of times on the internet, I can just do without it. So thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you for spending 15 minutes of your day watching my video, and I hope to see a lot less of me going forward. Thank you very much. Happy Memorial Day, and have a great day.